Hey, what is up, everybody? So I want to take a look at this Dan Orlovsky video on ESPN. I saw a few seconds of it on, I think, Twitter or X or something like that. But I want to react here to whatever Dan Orlovsky is going to say about Jordan Love. This was on ESPN, I think it was yesterday. So let's hear what Dan has to say here.
You guys, Jordan Love has 8 interceptions this season, tied for most in the NFL. He's the first Packers player with 8 interceptions in his first 5 games of a season since Brett Favre in 2005. Love had just 11 interceptions and
Okay, I hadn't seen that stat yet. That is interesting. I know that the comparisons to Favre have been coming out a lot, which I think makes sense. And now you see that stat, it makes even more sense that we haven't had a Packers quarterback throw that many interceptions in the first 5 games since Favre in 2005. So that's interesting.
17 games last season. Dan, you concerned about the interceptions for Love?
I am, and Matt LaFleur should be. I think this is the greatest challenge of Matt LaFleur's coaching career. Because this is a quarterback that is so remarkably talented. And you know that this team is capable of making a run in the playoffs. But at some point, I'm trying to do too much interceptions could cost this football team. A couple weeks ago, Jordan Love on the move. It's 3rd down and forever, dude. There's no shot of anything positive happening for this play. But you throw a pick 6, hurts your football team. You go back to this past weekend, early down play action. Jordan, the play's not there. The defense won the rep, but you're just going to backpedal, float this ball to the middle of the field, and bang, interception. You're lucky that doesn't hurt your football team. Now, there have been some bad break interceptions, no doubt about it, where he's going to throw a stick route to the bottom of the screen and the receiver's going to slip. This is the right read and the right throw. So those are the ones you sit there and go, okay, that's not going to kill our football team. This one will. When you look at that nickel defender, this stick at the bottom of the screen, it's outside in, Jordan. You can't force that ball to the inside.
Dude, these sound effects are insanely loud. Continue here.
So there's bad luck, there's trying to do too much, and here's my thing with the whole situation. Hawk, you know this. He's an ultra-aggressive quarterback.
Yes.
But those interceptions aren't from being ultra-aggressive.
Yeah.
They're from trying to do too much, trying to YOLO ball too much. And my fear is, can Matt LaFleur get him to consistently be the ultra-aggressive quarterback that helps their offense, but peel away the trying to do too much part of his game?
And that is
Okay, so that's some very good points made by Dan Orlovsky. The one thing, though, I wonder, when it talks about those YOLO throws and not wanting him to throw as many interceptions, obviously, we would all love if he threw 0 interceptions. Is that going to happen? Obviously, no. But I think that when you look at his aggressive nature, it is the same thing that has led to him being, having some of the most touchdowns passes in the NFL. Because if you had that one touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft where the ball basically goes through the Texans defender's hands, if he hadn't been aggressive on that play, there would have been a touchdown. So you take away that one. Let's say you take away an interception. Then it's like, okay, well, in the long run, you're probably better with him taking those big risks because, you get some touchdowns as well. And I was thinking about it the other day, when you think about a deep interception, it's basically like a punt. And maybe that's me trying to find a way to cope with Jordan Love throwing a ton of interceptions. But if you think about it, sometimes it's going to work out. Sometimes he's going to hit Jaden Reed like in that Rams game for however many yards that was, where he just chunks it up. And Packers offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich was talking after that play in a press conference saying, basically when he threw it, it was like, basically, oh no. And then he catches it, you're like, oh, phew, I guess that was good. We got the play. But, you wonder about those kind of throws. And sometimes it's going to work out in a great way, and sometimes it's going to work out in a way where you're like, that should have been avoided. And the thing is, though, would Jordan Love be better, if he just completely dialed back his aggressiveness? No way. And I do think it's a fine line trying to figure out how do you dial up those great plays while also limiting the interceptions. And Jordan Love talked about it after the game, and he said that he needs to throw less interceptions. He needs to be better with the ball and be more clean with the ball, and I think he obviously knows that. But he also mentioned that he's going to keep playing his game and keep being aggressive, which I think is what you want from Jordan Love. And I don't think that you should be so against him throwing interceptions if you're Matt LaFleur that you dial him back to the point where he's not taking any risks. And so I would much rather Jordan Love take risks, be close to leading the league in interceptions, but also be sort of close as well with leading the league in touchdowns while also being close with the interceptions. And so hopefully he can figure it out and in those moments where you really can't have a pick, hopefully he can dial that back like in the 49ers game. In those big moments, you just got to be a little bit safer with the ball. And so I do agree with Dan Orlovsky, and I'm not I don't think that this is like no problem at all. Like, who cares if he throws 50 interceptions? Obviously 50 would be terrible, but you would rather him not throw these interceptions. Hopefully he can clean it up a little bit. Do I think it's a big deal? No, because he's so good and he balances it with these insane throws. He's, led the league in, most consecutive 2 touchdown games in a while. I think he tied like some Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers record. And so, would I take this over most quarterbacks in the NFL? Pretty much every single one. And if he can clean up the interceptions, that's what makes him the best in the NFL, if he can clean up those interceptions, or one of the best. So those are my thoughts. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.